Alright. I want to introduce myself. My name's Harold Shane Baker. And this is my dad, Harold Baker, Harold Franklin Baker. This is Jahari, my brother in Christ. And Jonathan, my brother in Christ. Good friend of mine is my son. This is my oldest boy, Axel Baker. My youngest boy, Stephen Baker. I'm standing before you today. I just want to tell a story. It's been a 10-year run. I just turned 43 years old. And it's been about 10 years ago. I want to tell you about something God did for this family right here. And this has been 6 years I've been estranged from my children. And working on had to start all over after the attacks. I want to tell you about what happened to me when I was 33 years old. I was 33 years old. I was married to, introduce yourself, Mary Jane.
I am Mary Jane Baker. Okay, hold on. Let me flip the camera around.
Oh, you just turn it around. There you go.
I'm Mary Jane Baker, ex-wife of Harold Shane Baker.
All right, you confirm this.
Yes, this is a true story.
True story.
Confirmed by me.
Okay, well, she was there. I was married to her at the time, and he was 5. He was 3. He was an infant. He was a newborn, about 8 months, something like that. But anyway, I was at Auburn, Wally, Louisiana. I got up one morning to go to work, and I remember I'll tell you what really happened. It was probably when I was 26. No, in 2007, I'd ended up in rehab. I was in a Christian band, and I was trying. The Lord said, "If you don't believe me, try me." And I had a kid had cancer, and he healed my baby from cancer. He had a brain tumor, and he healed him. He healed him. He walked the earth today. He's about 16. So fast forward to 33 years old. Just had my birthday about a week after my 33rd birthday. Well, we married, had a couple kids, and we was about to leave town and start over again after the attacks from in-laws and this and that and that, you know. But I ain't perfect. I was running a couple run-ins with the law, so I went to work at yeah. Yes, yeah, nobody perfect, but one person. Right. So everyone. But at the time, you know, I drank many cold beers, but only after work. I got up that morning, went to work, and I worked with Jack Malmay Logan. Let me turn this down. Right. I worked for Jack Malmay Logan, and I worked with our loader and truck driver's name was Big Mike Malmay, Michael Malmay, and sir, you remember? Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember Malmay.
Yes, sir. Jack was a contractor. Had a couple truck drivers. It was three brothers. It was three brothers. The Big Wade, Big Mike loaded truck. Big Wade drove truck. All of us did about everything, but I was saw hand at the time. So I got up that morning, got in the truck with them. Big Wade, they both big old dude, about 6'2", 300 some pounds. You know, so we were all kind of. I was about 240, pretty tough fella. Matter of fact, Jack said I was toughest to run through there. He said he was tough to hear where he said I was toughest to ever work. You know, matter of fact, he told my grandfather that. Rest in peace to all of them. Yes, sir. Make the blood come out. He told me, he said early in the morning, he said, I try to wear him out, Herbert. He said, some bitch come out there early in the morning and start sawing. He said, about dark time, he sawing just as damn hard as he was when he came out there. I said, I got to call him off the tree. I said, you got to call him off the tree. So that's who I was, you know. I got a few double blow bits on my neck now, you know. But I still walk, God, thank God. So I got up that morning, I went to work. We on the way to work. We don't say much on the way to work, you know, kind of groggy. So we stopped to get some ice, get on out to it. We was working in Mansfield, Louisiana, about 40 miles north of Zawali. Little log town called Zawali. Huh? The Soda Parish. Yes, sir.
You realize why your mama shot me?
Hey, you the testimony. We get it all that like, we'll put that in the book. We'll put that in the book.
Some bitches took me to jail in the work truck. So bad, they took me to jail in the work truck. I said, man, I wasn't late. He said, your ass going to jail today.
Yeah.
Everybody work truck said, yeah.
Hey, that's right, baby.
And the bitch still.
Get a box.
Allegedly.
Yeah, just hit me right here and cut out the back. Yeah, no big deal.
Anyway, yeah, him and my mom been broke up because she shot him. Because he's probably cheating on her.
Yeah,
But that's
well,
cool. We all
yeah,
forgive you. Y'all forgive me too, because I was the one little bit of womanizer too. But so anyway, we're gonna get on all that. Thank God, that's who I was at the time. I'm trying to be better now. So anyway, we on the way to work. We just started the job. So we was on some pulpwood, you know. The stuff I was trimming, you know, it wasn't no bigger than about that, about 8 inches. You know, about 8 inches. And the bend up about like that, you know, pulpwood.
I know what a pulpwood is.
About like that. So
4 inches round and
yeah.
4 inches.
So I was done. We on the way to work. And the day before that, I told let me rewind. Sorry. The day before that, I told St. Jude's. St. Jude's was in Wally, Louisiana, and they were had the kids down there. You know, the cancer patient, and they were making aware we got a big cancer problem in our area. You know, so yeah. So I got in the truck that Monday, and I told Big Mike, Big Mike, Mike told me he got a bunch of kids, you know, he got a heart of gold. He had a heart of gold, and he said, hey, right?
I got ants on me. I'm getting them off of me. I'm good.
All right. All right. Hang on, the director's being ate up. The devil's after me.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, baby.
The devil's still after us, and I ain't.
Thank you.
Get behind the Satan in the name of Jesus. Woo!
We're gonna get above it, below us anyway.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Let's get back to it. That Monday I said St. Jude's been in town, and I got a truck and Big Mike. You know, we was in the back. We was in Big Mike, Big Way. We was in the back. And on the way home that evening, he started telling me. He said, you know, he called me Harold Shane. He said, you know Harold Shane? He said, you ought to go up there and tell him. I tell you about my kid getting healed, you know, for cancer. And he said, you ought to go up there and tell him about your kid getting healed. And I said, you know, I ought to. I said, but hell, I drink cold beer and stuff, you know. He said, that don't matter, man. I said, well, hell, I ain't want to, you know. He said, well, hell, I ain't got no ride. And I said, hell, I ain't got no ride, you know. I just had a little legal problem. Because I was a bad son of a bitch. Excuse my language, Lord. Because I had some hands on me. Anyway, hey.
You almost got me in trouble.
Yeah. So I told him, I said I ought to. I said I ain't got no ride. He said, you know what, buddy? He said I'll come pick you up Friday. I said, all right, I'll sure go tell him. I said. So that next day, about long story short, about 11 o'clock, man. I was getting ready. I done trimmed the set, and I seen the truck about loaded. They only had a couple more loads, and so I headed that way. And I seen the truck parked over to the right of the trees. And like I said, we were still clearing out for the trucks to get there.
Oh, that's what you got right there when the log fell off the truck?
No, it didn't fall off the truck. Check this out. I'm gonna tell you the whole story now. I've been having this under my hat. 10 years.
Ah, okay.
This is the whole story. This true story. It says in the Bible. It says don't say I swear. Don't swear on nothing. All up there. It says say you promise. I promise you. This is my word. This is the word. This is the word. This is the will of God. 10 years ago. And anyway, so I head towards the set, and I looked up, and anyway, we were still clearing out, so I seen the roof down there. I got about close to the truck. I guess I was about 30 foot off of it. I thought I was out the way. I guess some logs was about 70 foot or something, you know. No, ain't no bounce. Well, anyway, hang on, I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, I had my saw in my hand, 44 steel, and my dad had taught me how to use the thing, taught me how to climb these trees over here. I started here in Houston, Texas, climbing these trees and doing tree surgery work. My dad taught me how, he taught me how, and he just like that, correcting the shit out of me. Thank you, Dad. But I was trying my hand in the woods, from that little log town, trying my hand in the woods there. So, but anyway, I did. I was on the way over and had a big old root right there. Some trucks coming around this way. And I was about, 20, 25 foot off the truck, something like that. And it was just, I thought it was loaded. It looked loaded, but I didn't think he was going to grab any more. But when he grabs it, well, anyway, I leaned down I looked up, seen the trucks that come around, so I laid down, hit that roof. I had the saw wide open. Looked up that truck, and I had the saw wide open. And I went, and I hit that roof. Next thing you know, next thing you know, I'm face down in the dirt.
You hit that roof and nose of that bar.
No, listen, let me finish. Let me finish, Pop, please. Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Get behind me, Satan, name Jesus. Let me finish. I was face down in dirt like this. And I couldn't move. I could see. I don't remember tripping down, but I remember I couldn't move my eyeball. I was concerned I couldn't move my eyeball. And I said, oh goodness. But I could hear the loader in the background. When I come to, I could hear the loader in the background. I could hear the loader in the background. And I could hear the loader in the background. So I knew I was in the woods. This is the real deal. You know, I got my neck broke. Died out there, man. I'm lucky to be here. I was 33 years old, same year as Bon Scott, Alexander the Great. I think Alexander the Great, Bon Scott did right before they turned 33. Keith Whitley, couple of them gangsters that was on Goodfellas, and Keith Whitley, and most of all, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So, amen. So I face down in the dirt.
You face down. I'm listening.
Let me finish. I'm face down in the dirt. I'm face down in the dirt. Face down in the dirt. I ain't never asked you. I ain't never asked you for nothing, Dad. Let me finish, please.
Alright, okay.
Make me mad, man. I can't finish. I can't worship. I can't give the Lord praise. Man, it's 10 years I've been waiting to tell the story, please. 10 years. 10 years I've been waiting to tell the story. I ain't never told nobody all the details. So I'm face down in the dirt. I can't hear nothing. I can barely hear the loader in the background, so I know I'm in the woods. So I've been, you know, I did some time. I was a real rough character when I was young. And didn't nobody mess with me. I was 240 pounds, whooped everything ever got in my face. So, but I'm trying to change, you know. So I'm face down in the dirt, and I hear the loader in the background. So I said, well, I know I'm in the woods. You know, I'm still in the woods. I hear them stacks whine. I can barely hear it. And I ain't feel no pain. So I don't panic yet. And I said, I tried to move my eyeball, couldn't move my eyeball. So I'll go through the whole process. I said, oh dear, I can't move my eyeball. I said, well, the first thing you want to know when you're laying face down in the dirt, can't move, can't feel your body, you want to know about your legs. Because you're a man. You want to know about your legs. Does your legs work? Does this work? So I started thinking. I said, let me try to move my legs. I tried my dangest to move my legs. Nothing. It wouldn't move. Dead as still ever felt in my life. And I said, oh dear, in my head I'm thinking, I can still see the ground. Got 9 foot of dirt. Still see the ground. And I said, well, let me try to move my arm. So I tried to move my arm. I said, oh dear, I can't move. So I ain't panicked yet, just about panicked right then. I can't move my arm, can't feel my arm, can't feel my leg. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, if I breathe, I know if I breathe, my body will move. I said. Yeah. So I concentrate on my breathing. No breath. No nothing. But I wasn't moving. So I said, then now I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm 33 years old. I'm starting to panic a little bit. I don't know what happened to me yet. I'm serious. I don't know what happened to me yet. So I said in my head works. I can see the ground. I said, well, let me concentrate on my heart. I said, my heart's still beating. I said, they'll come help me. Because I'm a human being. They'll come help me. You know, I work. They're my friends. They'll come help me. So I said, concentrate on my heart. Concentrate on it in my head. I said, oh dear, my heart ain't beating. So I said, I'm dead. I ain't been good to my body. I've used, drank. I've drank. Yes, sir. You may. No problem with the bathroom, man. Yes. Yeah, I know, man. How you been? So I gotta relive this, man. It's traumatizing for me. So I'm laying there, and I was raised Catholic. We got a love for log town. We got some good Christian folks, good Catholic folks, in our town. Got a big Catholic church in the middle of our town, and they love the Lord. They love us. They love the people, and they pray hard for our youth. Nobody's perfect, But anyway, I went to catechism. I was talking to our Father, I went to catechism. They got me first communion. I kind of veered away. I hadn't talked to the Lord in a while at the time. But I remembered our Father. I remember the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount said, when Jesus was doing his ministry, he said, Father, they didn't know how to pray back then. He said, Father, how they pray? He said, pray like this. So I started in my head, laying face down on the ground. Done been laying there probably 10 minutes, I guess, doing the assessment. And took a breath, my heart ain't beat. So I start praying. Say the Our Father. Believe me, when you know you're fixing to meet the Lord, you don't say it rude. You don't say it fast. You say it with reverence. You say it with reverence. You say it with love. But I knew I was gone. I done said my goodbyes. I said, well, I'm dead. So let me go meet the Lord. I said, let me go meet the Lord. So I'm praying in my head. I'm still face down in the dirt. I'm praying in my head. And I'm saying to our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And I'm praying. When in the middle of the third Our Father, I started the third Our Father, nothing's happening yet. I'm waiting to see the Lord. Nothing's happening yet. So I say, my mind, the voice in my head was praying. The voice in my head was praying, but my mind was wandering back here, and it started saying, and I said, what about my mom? What about my wife? And I was worried, started worrying, because I was passing on. And I stopped praying. In the middle of that, the beginning of that Our Father, and I said, Father, I addressed him. He said, if you have not, you ask not. I addressed him. I said, Father, laid down in the dirt. In my head, I said, Father, what about my babies? That's them. He said, what about my babies? I got 5 boys. He said, what about my babies? They ain't got nothing. Bam! I was standing on my feet.
Yeah.
I went from the ground. To my feet. I didn't get up. I went from the ground to my feet in the middle of it. Our Father. You know what song? More than a feeling. You never forget a feeling. You never forget how God made me feel that day. I can't ever forget it. I can't ever feel it. No, God got me up. I didn't get up. God picked me up. God picked me up. I didn't get up. Listen to me. You ain't hear me. Believe what you want. Leave me alone.
I've heard you before. It's good. It's all good. Get up. Move.
I didn't get up. God picked me up. God picked me up in the middle of an Our Father and put me on my feet. I didn't get up. The first thing you notice when you get brought back to life like Lazarus in the Bible, and you realize Jesus loves you and your babies because you asked him to be here, the first thing you notice when you get up is your knees are buckling because you're traumatized. I still don't know what happened to me. My knees are buckling. I've got the saw in my hand. The saw's still in my hand. I'm like, dang, he put the saw back in my hand. The saw's going ba 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 ba. Next thing I notice, there's blood shooting out the back of my head. And then second thing, I noticed it. I got the worst pain I ever felt in my life in my neck. My neck was screaming. I'm broke. Not screaming, but it was screaming at me. I ain't never felt pain like that. My brother died from a broken neck. My stepdaddy died from a broken neck. A bunch of people I know died from a broken neck. I felt what they felt. My brother. I had a broken neck. My spine was severed too. None of my involuntary muscles worked. God picked me up like a chess piece and put me back on my feet. I started trying to walk. I could hear my wife. I was married at the time. It said when you're married in the Bible, you become one flesh. And when my wife at the time knew that I was gone. They didn't send her.
I did.
Screaming, crying, and my children was screaming, crying. So when we were
I knew something had happened.
Except till death do us part, we were separated that day because I died.
No disrespect.
None taken.
No, sit down. And it says she knew it because I could hear her crying in my head. I could hear her crying loud in my head like I'm talking to you. I could hear it in my head. And I know I'm not all right. I could feel the bones crackling in my head. I could barely hold my neck up. My feet were buckling like every time. I had my tear ducts were opened up. My eyes were crying all the time. They were steady crying tears. I wasn't crying. They were just pouring tears for some reason. My tear ducts were open. I just got hit in the head with a load. I don't know it yet. Big Mike jumped off the loader. I told her, I seen Big Jack. I said, help me. I couldn't barely talk. My voice was cracking. Help me. My knees buckling and I'm bleeding like a stuck hog. Big Mike jumped off the loader. He said, oh my God. I hit you. He started crying. He said, I hit you, man. I hit you. I told him you killed me. I told him you killed me, man. I told him you killed me, man. I told him you killed me, man. So I went to Jack come over there. By then I dropped the saw. My knees were buckling. By then I dropped the saw. My knees were buckling. Jack grabbed control of the situation. I'm sitting there trying to stand up. I can barely talk. So Jack grabs control of the situation, and he grabs everybody and calms everybody down, and starts doing this. I guess he's telling them to go back to work. I don't know. I can't speak for the man. I'll ask him one day. He says, he turns to me. He looks me dead in my eye. He looks me dead in my eye. He says, he looks me dead in my eye. Hey, can you let him listen to this? Oh, can he listen to the one right here?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know.
No, I ain't told him.
I'm talking to my grandson.
Yeah. I just wanted to hear it, man. It took 10 years to get him back. It took 6 years to get him back. So I told him. Hell to relive this, man, like this. Traumatized. The dude, so I don't know if he believed. I guess he believed it. Like most of them did. He didn't believe it. He turned around and said, he looked at me, my knees were buckled, I'm bleeding out the back of my head. I can't hardly hold my head up, I can't hardly talk. He looked at me, he looked at me like this, he said, you drunk, ain't you? Oh, dear Lord. So I stood up. He said, go in the truck, sleep it off. It ain't funny, they was gonna let me die up there. Wouldn't be for her. Hey, my knees were buckled. He said, it took all I had in me. All I had in me to make this deep ass voice I got work. And I sucked it up. I said, yeah, I told him. I usually don't mention nothing I don't fucking do. I said, yeah, I'm drunk. Let me have your phone. So I called my old lady. I got on the phone. My knees went back. That's all I had in me. I got on the phone with her. She answered the phone. She said, and automatically I said, what? She said, baby, what's wrong with you? I said, call the ambulance. She said, where you at? I said, Mansfield. His eyeballs got that big round. She said, put that motherfucker on the phone. And I put him on the phone. And his eyeballs got that big round. I heard some cussing. That eyeballs got that big round. She said, come on, take me to the hospital. They threw me a towel. I got the towel and hold my head up. I remember going to that, and I could still hear them crying in my head. I get to the hospital. My mama and my wife at the time shows up. And like I said, everybody's praying for me. The technician in the cat machine, he was the brother of all three of them. He was the brother of all three. All of them are Catholic. We're all Catholic. We all know the All Father. They all pray for their children. So they were. I know there were at least three there praying for me. So I ain't gonna say the whole all what Jack did, but I forgive him. But he got there and they handled me real bad there in Mansfield, Louisiana. They handled me real bad. They told me I was hurting so bad. I had my damn hand on my head on my head. She had met me in there. Took over with the towel on my head, and I had my head down trying to make it stop hurting. They wouldn't give me no damn
Not until you got your drug test.
They told me I was crackhead or something, had needed a drug test or something. So they took my head. Yeah, imagine that. So they gave me so they wouldn't give me no pain medication till they took my bed and they come back. I ain't having nothing in my system. I ain't had no alcohol or nothing in my system, and so they hit me in the ass with a shot. They hit me in the ass with a shot. Hey, you listen to me. This is the truth, not you. Y'all listen to me. This is the truth. This is the truth. This happened. This is the truth. This is the truth. God put me back here for y'all. Y'all listen. Y'all listen to me. I'm your dad.
I'm grandpa.
Yeah, he's your grandpa. You listen to me. So I got my head down like this. I got what I can see is a pile of blood and a pile of tears. My tear ducts are still open. But I didn't know later on that's what happens when you get traumatized. Like being in a wreck. That's what happens when you get your neck broke. So we've been there 45 minutes. They still ain't sewed me up. My wife at the time, Mary Jane, said, "You gonna sew it?" They were about to discharge me. She said, "You gonna sew his laceration in his head up?" He said, "What laceration?" She took the towel off and shoot out blood still. 45 minutes later, so he come and popped 4 staples in the son of mute. And then they took me. I can still hear that in my head. They took me around to the cat machine. They took me around. You see, God healed me. I was mortally wounded in the woods. He healed me from the time I left them woods to the time they put me in that machine. They turned around, they put me in a cat machine. They pulled me out. And they told me I couldn't even walk. They told me, God's good. He healed me. The voices stopped in my head. And they told me, "You don't have a hairline fracture, ain't nothing wrong with you." And they sent me home to die. Massive concussion. Couldn't get out of bed for a couple weeks. They sent me home with her and my mama carried me to the car. I couldn't barely walk. They carried me, I just bled 45 minutes, so just got hit in the head with a pine tree to send me home to die. Massive concussion. They put me in the back seat and I'm 240 pounds, unstoppable motherfucker, you son of a mute. Let me Cuban language people. Unstoppable son of you ever met in your life. And I wasn't bad, but I was one of them. I was one of them. I was. I ain't now, got these discs, but anyway, they sent me home. And see, I'm from a little logging town. You see, I told my mom, I said, "Mom, I'm dumbfounded. I'm in the back seat, dumbfounded. I can't believe they sent me home. I'm dumbfounded. I can't barely move. I got my spine's hurting so bad I can't see straight." I told all the way down to my tailbone. And I was laying there, I couldn't move. I told my mom, I said, "Mama, what was that?" She said, "What, baby?" I said, "I heard her and my kids crying in my head." She said, "Oh my God." She said, "You remember your Uncle Curtis?" You see, my Uncle Curtis was a good man. And he was married to my Aunt Sydney. And he went. Well, check this out. You'll like this now. You'll like this. Because he went on my Aunt Sydney. And he told my uncles and them, my Uncle Billy and them all the way to the hospital. My mom said, "You remember your he said, "You remember your Uncle Curtis?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." He said, "That's what he said all the way to the hospital." He died that day. His number was called that day. He died that day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, Curtis,
But I was a kid.
he
But
had a good heart. He had a good heart. He was a good guy.
I do too.
You got a heart.
Yeah, I got heart. I'll run into a pile of some bitch. I've been in the middle of about five prison rides, man. I called 3 of them. Anyway, that's who I was at the time. I'm a better man now. I've been sober for 6 years. Anyway, at the time, they sent me home to die. I couldn't get out of bed for about a week. My wife at the time had to bring me something, a urinal to pee. All I could do was roll over. I couldn't remember day to day. All I could remember what went on in the woods. All I remember was how Jesus brought me back to life. And I'm trying to make sense of it. I don't know. I'm in the bed. I can't remember. I go back to all I do is sleep. So, and I got scared. I told that woman, I said, "How long have I been laying here?" She said, "A week." And I made a mistake. I told her, "Go get me some pills." And told her, "Go get me some pills and what I need to get up out of this bed is some whiskey." And she did. Now where I can move around. Long story short, the testimony. The testimony. He brought me back to life like Lazarus. We moved. Long story short, I fought workman's comp for 4 years. It's how the devil worked. The devil come in and clean my clock. You understand me? Come in through the sin of my life. He come in and he cleaned, he wiped out, he took out all the witness. Big Wade, big Mike, the one that hit me, he was gonna testify for him. Big Wade, they was gonna testify what they seen. The dude that took my place was my father-in-law. Her uncle was married to my mom at the time, my best friend. He was my best. We done fought police together. So, but I mean, we didn't hurt nobody, but he helped me, you know, it didn't matter. But they're gonna be fine now. But that was 3 of them. I fought them for 4 years with no help. They wouldn't help me. They wouldn't give me no medical attention. Wouldn't nothing. Called me a liar all that time. They called me a liar today. 10 years later. It was only December. A year later, the police Mike lost his mind. But he drank a little cold beer, so the devil attacked him. Mike lost his mind. Thought he's at his girlfriend's house. Some police gunned him down. Big Wade. About a year after that, his cousin killed him. His sister-in-law, brother-in-law killed him. He lost his mind. And the last witness, we were fixing it. I done made my mind up to give my life to the Lord, quit drinking for these boys, and move on with that testimony. I was telling you, I was sitting one morning 4 years later, and it was only December, and I knew I had it whooped. I said, the devil, I had it whooped. I said, can't nothing stop me now. They can't nothing stop me now. He was 5 years old. I just started putting him in school. He was 5 years old. We just put him in school. And the bus coming. Before the bus come, I get up in the morning and say my prayers. You believe it or not, I look to the sky. And I'm saying my prayers. Cold soap. I looked to the sky and there was a crown. There was a crown, 3-pronged crown, big as the sky. Top to ace deuce. That don't matter.
Yeah, I
Hey.
do too. That's your son.
Yeah, you damn right. This is true. This is why your dad stands here today. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He put me back here today for y'all.
He got him rubbing his head.
Man, he'll
now.
be all right.
Make him think
He just
of
said-
it.
Anyway, I looked up there and I saw a crown big as the sky is. That told me right there in my heart that God had all back. And I knew it was all right now. And I didn't tell her about it. I didn't tell nobody about it because they called me a liar. They say I'm crazy, and I ain't. I know me. I got a high IQ, but I'm not. I'm not.
Chill out.
And I-
Shane, chill out.
And right after that, we were fixing to settle with us. Go give us $500,000. All my kids go get checked. Go fix all these messed up discs I got in my back that hurt me every damn day. I walk the earth. I'll tell you, pain 24/7. I sleep doubled up with a pillow over this so my back don't hurt. You call me a liar. Not you. I ain't talking to you. Them. All of them. So I'm standing there with my baby. I'm standing there with my baby. And I was about to get $500,000 and we was going to be all right. This family was going to be all right. Because I said, what about my baby?